Welcome to Finding Stuff Out, the show where I answer your questions. Today's episode is all about being sick, because, well, I'm sick. The bad news is, I can't go to school. But the good news is, I have time to look stuff up for you. Here on the show that knows all.
How come your nose gets runny?
Why does your nose run? So it can get away from the smell. But seriously, the short answer is, I don't know. That's why it's called the short answer. But by the end of the show, I'll have your answer. Here's another question.
Why do we get sick sometimes?
The flat Earth! Why do you get sick? Well, you've come to the right place. Welcome to medieval Europe. We've got all the filth, disease, and plague you've ever wanted. So where do you go when you get sick? That's right, me, your friendly neighborhood barber. As any good barber will tell you, you get sick because of evil spirits. And the best way to get rid of evil spirits? Drain your blood, of course!
Hey, come back! I thought I heard you sniffle. I can bleed that cold right out of you. Trust me, I'm your barber.
Forget evil spirits. Nowadays we know that germs make us sick. Now here's the next question from Logan.
What do germs look like?
Sorry to be rude. It's just that I've got a lot of germs for you to look at. Here, I'll just use my handy Super Zoom-O-Matic. I can't make any sense of that, but I know someone who can. Please welcome my special guest, germ expert, Caitlin Soy. Hi.
Hi, Harrison. How are you?
Good.
I brought you something today.
I'm a little old for stuffed toys, I think.
This isn't a stuffed toy. This is one of the deadliest viruses we know, Ebola virus.
I think I'm a little young to die also. So these are stuffed toys of germs. So do germs such as like the chicken pox, do they actually have like a red thing and like two really big eyes and stuff?
No, they don't. These are just toys. But different viruses and different bacteria, they do look different from each other. They don't just actually look like this.
This is what viruses and bacteria really look like.
Chickenpox is often a disease that we get in childhood.
Yeah.
I don't know if you had it. I remember having chickenpox and I had the rash all over my body with those itchy spots. Not very fun.
And what's this purple one?
This one, his name is the kissing disease, and it causes the disease called mono, and the virus is called Epstein-Barr virus.
Ooh, has a nice long name.
It does have a nice long name. Most of these viruses do. This stuffed animal represents rhinovirus. It can cause the common cold. This one represents measles virus. It often infects children.
What's the difference between a virus and a bacteria?
Well, viruses and bacteria are two different things. They can both make you sick. Viruses are special in that they can't live on their own. They require a host, someone like you, to allow them to live. Whereas bacteria, they're bigger and they can live on their own and they can grow on their own and they don't require someone or something to live in.
That's a lot of ways to get sick. I'm surprised at how different they are.
Well, there's bacteria and viruses almost everywhere, even in that glass of water. Maybe 50 million bacteria could be in that water.
50 million? Am I gonna die?
No, you're not gonna die. Don't worry. Most bacteria don't make you get sick. They're there to help you. And so there's many bacteria within your stomach, and they help you digest your food. They help fight off bad bacteria and bad viruses that come into your body, and they help keep you healthy and keep you happy.
So how do viruses make you sick?
Well, viruses come into your body and they need to find a place to live. But your body doesn't like that and it wants to get it out because it's starting to make you sick. So your body's immune system rushes to the point, and often this results in a fever. That's what makes you hot and sweaty when you're sick with a virus. And that's your body's way of fighting the virus and to try and get it out of your body so then you can get better.
So would you say viruses or bacteria, like is there one that's worse for you or?
Nope, they both can make you very sick and they can both not make you sick. It depends on the specific bacteria or the specific virus.
So how can we prevent getting sick?
One of the most important things to do is to wash your hands. Other things that are really good is to cover your nose when you sneeze.
Yeah.
And one big thing that you can do, and you probably did it when you were a kid, was to get a vaccine.
Yeah.
Do you know what a vaccine is?
It's a needle, right?
Yeah. But what a vaccine does is it comes into your body and it teaches your body how to respond to a virus infection.
Yeah.
So sometimes the vaccine can come in and it pretends to be the whole virus or part of the virus so your body can practice. Kind of like when you practice to go out on the hockey rink. You go to your practices, you practice the games, then you go and play the game. So when you've been vaccinated, your body's had that chance to practice. So when the big game comes or the challenge and you get infected with the virus, your body is ready and it knows what to do to prevent the infection.
Well, cool. Thank you, Caitlin, for being on my show.
Thanks for having me.
Now here's a question from Adam.
How does a germ make you sick?
Just thinking about germs made me a little ill. But to answer your question, Adam, let's get animated.
Okay, here we've got a drawing of an extremely handsome human being.
Why, thank you.
Now, if a germ got inside this person...
This looks like a good place for an invasion.
I don't feel so good.
This is my host now.
The reason you don't feel good is because there's a fight going on inside of your body. It's you versus germs. Sometimes a fever is your body's secret weapon.
Nothing can stop me. What's that smell?
How do germs get in people's bodies?
Well, Maria, the same way this washed and very healthy apple does. Through our mouths. But unfortunately, unlike this apple, germs won't keep the doctor away. Basically, germs can enter through any hole in your body, like a cut that you didn't wash properly. Hey, holes in your body. That would make a fantastic song!
Through the holes in your head, that's where a germ goes. It can enter your body through the holes in your nose or the holes in your head. We all have holes in our head where germs can get in and make us sick. Sick. Germs. Sick. Also, would it give you a shock to know that germs can get in where you talk? Germs get in. Germs get in. Germs get in. Germs. They can enter your body through the holes in your nose. Gross. Disgusting. Nobody likes germs. I use my hands for a much better task. I use them to call up the questions you ask.
Can you get sick by not washing your hands?
Let's find out. It's time to get some
Street smarts!
I'm here at a school pulling a little prank while the kids are at recess for the interest of science. Now, I'm covering stuff that kids touch every day at school with special germ powder.
Don't worry, I'm not putting real germs on anything. The powder just represents the germs and shows how they get onto your body.
You can't see the powder though without a black light. See what I mean? It really works. Now I'll come back after recess and see how much of the powder gets on the kids' hands. Hi, everybody. Hi. Would it surprise you to know that I covered everything that you've touched earlier today in special germ powder? Yep, but luckily it's not actually germ powder or else you'd have germs all over you by now. So just give me 1 second and I'll be right back. Okay, so come stand in front of this special black light. It'll show any germ powder that you have on yourself. Okay, I'm gonna turn the lights off now.
Cool. Oh, that's so nice.
Where?
I have a lot next to my nose.
So as you see, you have a lot of germ powder all over you, but some of you have it on your faces because, well, you touched the germ powder
you.
and then rubbed it on your faces. Yeah, like me. That's why you need to wash your hands, which brings me to... So now we're gonna cover your hands in more germs, which is actually just some special goopy stuff that will glow in the black light. Everyone has their hands covered, right? Yeah! Now here's the challenge. You're gonna go wash your hands and the one with the cleanest hands wins. On your mark, get set, go! You all have 30 seconds to wash your hands. So, clean up well.
The best way to wash your hands is to wet them under warm water. Then, away from the water, add soap and rub them together to work the soap into a lather. Rub the soap into the front and back of your hands, including your fingers and under your nails, for at least 15 seconds. Then, rinse your hands and pat them dry with a paper towel, and voila, you got clean, germ-free hands.
Okay, stop! So under this ultraviolet light, I'm gonna be able to see how well you cleaned your hands. So I'm going to be grading on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being very clean and 1 being extremely germy. A 4? Ooh, that's pretty good. I'd say 7. 8? A 4. 4 also. So I'd say a 9. -1. 5. Oh, geez. 2. So it looks like we have a winner, and it's Kayla!
You're full of germs again.
Oh, man. You want to know something weird? We wash off germs, right? But if you get used to being around some germs, your body builds up defenses against them. I read that having a messy room is actually good for your immune system. Unfortunately, my mom still makes me clean my room. Now here's a question from Liam.
We live in a germ-free environment.
According to my mom, I'm not capable of that at all. But for the real scientific answer, let's go to my roving reporter and good friend, Sidney.
Thanks, Harrison. This is the National Microbiology Laboratory in Winnipeg. They know lots about germs here. In fact, they study the world's deadliest.
The security is so tight here. We aren't even allowed to show you the entrance to the building. But this is what's in here. These are some of the most dangerous germs in the world. They may be small, but they're nasty.
Today I'm here with microbiologist Dr. Gary Cobinger, the head of special pathogens here in the lab. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Oh, you're most welcome.
Why is it so tough to get into this building?
Well, you know, this is a world-class facility, and what is being done here basically is detection of diseases caused by very dangerous germs for some of them. And so we need to keep them under control, and we need to keep them safe, make sure that they don't go all over the place.
Is it possible to live in a germ-free environment?
I think it is for, you know, a short period of time. We have an environment that is very, very controlled in a suit.
The scientists who work with those germs wear suits that are germ-free on the inside. So, to answer Liam's question, they live in a germ-free environment when they are inside the suits. That's because they don't want the normal germs we carry to mix with the germs they are learning about. And the suits also protect the scientists because the dangerous germs can't get in.
Would you like to try one?
Yes, thank you so much.
Okay, awesome, let's go.
Whoa, is that it?
Yeah, so that's the suit. I'm gonna help you put it on. So you can remove your lab coat and your shoes.
Almost in. These containment suits completely seal the scientist off, just like an astronaut's spacesuit.
Okay. Oh yeah, I can feel air going through my arms and my feet.
Yeah.
They even have their own air supply to make sure the researcher doesn't breathe in any deadly germs.
This is so cool! I feel like an astronaut on a space station. We have landed on the moon. So, does this mean that I'm totally protected from dangerous viruses?
Completely.
Cool.
And here I am, living in a germ-free environment. But then,
I'm getting hungry though. Is there anything you have to eat, please?
Do you want to try a sandwich?
Yes, thank you. Yummy. Yummy, yummy, yummy.
I want to see that.
What?
I don't think this is going to work out.
That's yours? That's not nice.
Thank you.
So like Dr. Cobinger said, it's great to be living in a germ-free environment, but not for long, especially when you're hungry.
Thanks, Sidney. Even though you could live germ-free, you wouldn't want to. Fortunately, our bodies know the difference between germs and sandwiches, and they keep the germs out and the sandwiches in. This one's got my name on it.
Why do you have to get the shots? When you get a shot, you're getting a vaccine. A vaccine is a virus, but it's a dead or very weak virus that won't make you sick. Doctors give you a vaccine so that
Your body learns to recognize a virus.
Here's how it happens. Say the dead or weak virus they put in you with a needle is this green clay. Your body has stuff that smushes into it and wraps itself around the virus like a shield. And that shield protects your body from the virus. Now, if a real living virus ever got in, your body would recognize it and would know how to make the shield needed to protect you, before the virus could make you sick.
Okay, so I have to get a flu shot every year, so why doesn't one vaccine protect me? It turns out every time you get the flu, the virus has changed itself. So even though you've had the flu before, your body might not recognize it.
Germs may not look all that bright, but they can be pretty sneaky.
That reminds me of a question I got from Alaya.
Can germs think like us? Are they trying to find new ways to make us sick?
I don't really know the answer to that, so I'll throw the question over to Sidney at the microbiology lab.
So, do germs think, and do they think about new ways to get to us?
Well, you know, germs don't really think, but what they do is they evolve very, very quickly. By that, it means that they change all the time. So when they change, then they can change in a form that they can make us sick.
How do you figure out what the germs are doing?
What we do is that we look at them at different time points, and so we see how do they change. If we could take the example of influenza, so influenza changes all the time, and every year we look at the new influenza, and once we know which one it is, we can develop a vaccine that is a perfect fit for that virus. If you're, for example, you're vaccinated and you have this shield around you, then the germ is not going to be able to attack you and grow, because that's what germ wants to do. They want to grow and proliferate all the time.
Wow, that was some lab. Good thing those guys are on the job. And in case you're wondering, it's just as tough to get out as it was to get in.
Thanks, Sidney. Your enthusiasm is contagious, which means I can't wait to take another question.
Here's one from Destiny.
Can we see germs?
You mean without a microscope? Sure. Even if you don't have your own super zoomomatic, you can grow your own germs called fungus.
Like this gunk between my toes. If I put it into this special scientific gel, all the germy things will grow.
It takes a while to grow, so I made one last week. Smells like gym socks. Although lots of germs are invisible, you can see and smell some of them right in front of you.
How come food has best before dates and you get sick?
Congratulations! Your question is today's...
Try this at home.
Don't worry, I'm not going to make you get sick.
I looked up the answer, and it turns out fungus and bacteria don't just grow in scientific gel. They'll also grow in food, if they have enough time. So food companies put a best before date on it.
It means eat it before this date, or afterwards you might be eating germs. If you want to see how germs grow on food, next time you have a stale piece of bread, put it in a dark place, like a closet, for a week, and watch all this moldy stuff grow on it. It's almost as gross as that toe fungus. Oh, and by the way, if you leave a sandwich under your bed, just tell your mom it's a science experiment. It usually works, at least the first time.
How do you puke?
If you want to know how I puke, it's usually in the toilet, whenever possible.
But I think what you're asking is about what happens to make you throw up.
So I checked the answer, and as gross as puking is, it's a good thing. It's your body's way of telling you that thing you just ate doesn't belong here. Like this piece of moldy bread. So there you go. Germs, fevers, vaccines, throwing up. I think I've covered all your questions, except for one. Remember?
How come your nose gets runny?
The big answer is... mucus! Okay, I looked up the answer, and it turns out our body produces icky, sticky mucus to keep germs out. How much mucus? About this much. Every day. It's like a barrier against germs. I mean, would you want to go through that? And when some germs get in your body, where does that mucus go? It has to go somewhere, like out your nose. So blow your nose proudly, knowing that your body is making you healthier by fighting off those germs. See you next time for more Finding Stuff Out.
Through the holes in your head, that's where germ goes. It can enter your body through the holes in your nose or the holes in your head. We all have holes in our head where germs can get in